Magandang araw, math enthusiast! Welcome to TLC Math Made Easy. This video is all about rational exponents and radicals. I would like you to get ready with your calculator. This time you will be using your calculator to evaluate these mathematical expressions: 16 raised to 1/2 and square root of 16. What answer did you get? Alright, based from the calculators, 16 raised to 1/2 is equal to 4 and square root of 16 is also equal to 4. Did you get the same answer? Again, using your calculator, what is the value of 8 raised to 1/3 and cube root of 8? Alright, 8 raised to 1/3 is equal to 2 and cube root of 8 is also equal to 2. From the calculations, we can conclude the following: 16 raised to 1/2 is equal to square root of 16, and in the same way, 8 raised to 1/3 is equal to cube root of 8. So we can say that an expression with a fractional exponent or an expression with a rational exponent can be written in the radical form. Note that in this case, the denominator of the exponent is the same as the index of the radical. So the index is 3. In the given here, it's understood to be 2. So square root of 16, the index is 2. Cube root of 8, the index is 3. So note that the denominator of the exponent becomes the index in the radical form. 2 here is the square root in the radical form. So by the definition, let B be any real number and n be a positive integer greater than 1, then B raised to 1 over n is equal to nth root of B, or B raised to m over n is equal to nth root of B raised to m. So notice that the denominator in the fractional exponent is the index in the radical form. So let's have some example. Give the radical form of each expression with rational exponent. Say for example, x raised to 3 over 5. So the base here is x. We have the numerator 3 and the denominator 5. So in radical form, x raised to 3 over 5 is 5th root of x raised to 3. We read that as 5th root of x raised to 3. So the denominator 5 becomes the index. The numerator is the exponent of the base x. Next, m raised to 1 over 4. What do you think is the answer? Or what do you think is the radical form? So the denominator 4 becomes the index. And then we have m raised to 1, or simply 4th root of m. So we read this as 4th root of m. How about the quantity 6x raised to 1/2? Alright, the answer is square root of 6x. Square root of 6x. So if the root or the index is 2, there's no need to write 2 as the index. It's understood that the index is 2 if it's not written. Alright, this time the given is 6x raised to 1/2. So what's the difference between the quantity 6x raised to 1/2 and 6x raised to 1/2? Remember that this is square root of 6x in radical form. How about 6x raised to 1/2? So remember that expressions that are raised in rational exponent are the ones written in radical form. So take note that in the given, the exponent of 6 here is understood to be 1, and that is a whole number and not a fraction. So we can write that as 6 square root of x. Only x is raised to a rational exponent. So therefore, only x can be written inside a radical form, a radical symbol. So 6x raised to 1/2 is 6 square root of x, while the quantity 6x raised to 1/2 is the square root of 6x. Is this understood? Next, negative x y raised to 4/7 z raised to 2/7. So in the given, only y and z are the variables raised to a rational exponent. So therefore, this can be written in radical form as negative x. Since the denominators are both 7, so 7 becomes the index of the radical. So 7th root of y raised to 4. So, and z raised to 2. So remember that the numerators of the rational exponent becomes the exponent of the radicand. We call this the expressions inside the radical symbol, the radicands. Alright, this time we do the reverse. The given now is the radical form, and we have to write that in an expression with rational exponents. Say for example, cube root of y raised to 2. How do we write the given in an expression with rational exponent? So we have here the expression inside the radical symbol. It's y raised to 2. And we have the index 3. The index 3 becomes the denominator of the rational exponent. So therefore, cube root of y raised to 2 is equal to y raised to 2/3 in an expression with rational exponent. Next, square root of ax cubed. Okay, so we have here the radicands or the expression inside the radical symbol. So ax cubed. A here is understood to have an exponent of 1. And since this is square root, it is understood to have an index of 2. So therefore, we can write this as a raised to 1 over 1/2, x raised to 3/2. Next, 6th root of 5r s raised to 5 t raised to 4. Again, we have the expressions inside the radical symbol. 5 is understood to have an exponent of 1. R is understood to have an exponent of 1 also. And we have the index 6. So that becomes the denominator of each rational exponent. So therefore, the answer becomes 5 raised to 1 over 6, r raised to 1 over 6, s raised to 5 over 6, and t raised to 4 over 6. It's easy, right? How about this one? 7m cubed. No, 7m cube root of n squared p raised to 4. Anyone? Alright, if your answer is 7m n raised to 2 over 3 p raised to 4 over 3, then you are correct. So n here, the exponent is 2 and the index is 3. So that's why 2 over 3. For p, its exponent is 4. And again, the index is 3. That's why we get p raised to 4 over 3. Next, we write in exponential form and then simplify. Example, square root of 9x raised to 4. So we have to write that in exponential form. So we have 9. 9 is understood to have an exponent of 1. And it is understood the index is 2. So it's 9 raised to 1/2 x raised to 4 over 2. And also remember that 9 can be written as 3 times 3, or this is the same as 3 raised to 2. So therefore, we can write this as 3 raised to 2 raised to 1/2 x raised to 4 over 2. And by the power to a power law, 3 raised to 2 raised to 1/2 can be written as 3 raised to 2 times 1/2 is 2 over 2 x raised to 4 over 2. So when we simplify this, 3 raised to 2 over 2 is 3 raised to 1, and x raised to 4 over 2 is x raised to 2. So therefore, the answer is 3x squared. Next example, 6th root of 8 c raised to 4 d squared e raised to 8. How can we express 8 in terms of exponent? Aside from 8 raised to 1, what else? Alright, 8 can be written as 2 times 2 times 2, or that is 2 raised to 3. So we have 6th root of 2 raised to 3, c raised to 4, d raised to 2, e raised to 8. So when we write this in radical form or in exponential form, we get 2 raised to 3 over 6, c raised to 4 over 6, d raised to 2 over 6, and e raised to 8 over 6. So to simplify this, 2 raised to 3 over 6 can be written 3 over 6 in simplest form is 1/2. C, 4 over 6 in simplest form is 2 over 3. D in simplest form is 1 over 3. And E, 8 over 6 in simplest form is 4 over 3. So the answer is 2 raised to 1/2, C raised to 2 over 3, D raised to 1 over 3, E raised to 4 over 3. Did you get this one? How about 5th root of 32 x raised to 15 y raised to 10? Can you think of an expression wherein 32 can be written in exponential form? Okay, very good. 32 can be written as 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 times 2 is 32. Or this is the same as 2 raised to 5. So we have fifth root of 2 raised to 5, x raised to 15, y raised to 10. And when we write this in exponential form, we get 2 raised to, the exponent of 2 is 5, over the index which is 5. X, the exponent is 15, over the index 5. And y, the exponent is 10, over the index which is 5. So we get 2. 5 divided by 5 is 1. X, 15 divided by 5 is 3. And then we have y, 10 divided by 5 is 2. So fifth root of 32x raised to 15, y raised to 10 is equal to 2x raised to 3, y raised to 2. Your turn. Write the given radical in an expression with rational exponent. You are given 10 seconds for each expression. Your time starts now. Alright, is your answer x raised to 1 over 3? If it is, then you are correct. Next. Alright, is your answer negative 5 m raised to 2 over 9? N raised to 5 over 9? If it is, then you are also correct. Next one. Alright. The answer is 2 raised to 1 over 8 and the quantity a plus b raised to 7 over 8. Did you get the same answer? Or this is the same as 2 raised to 1 over 8 a plus b raised to 7 over 8. Next, fourth one. Alright. Answer is x raised to 3 over 2, y raised to 7 over 2. Did you get that? And last one. Alright, so 3ab raised to 1 over 5. I hope that you got all this correctly. Am I right? So if it is, congratulations. I hope that you learned from this video tutorial. Thanks everyone, and do not forget to like and subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.